Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a specific movie. So today, the specific movie I'm reviewing is called Campfire Christmas. This sugary sweet comedy film was released back in July, but is now available for streaming. So here's the deal. You're probably like, really, July? It's now August. So what took so long to get the review up? So actually, since you asked, I did post the review on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. I just haven't had time to film the review. So better late than never, right? But if you ever wonder what I think about a particular film, I probably have the written review up first, and then I try to get the video review up as fast as I can. So thanks for your patience. And thank you so much for all of your support. I truly appreciate it. So this movie is rated PG-13 and is an hour and 24 minutes long. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a C plus. So let me explain why, and it has everything to do with expectations, right? So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, and even recommendations for some other films that I think are sort of similar that you'll probably like if you like this one, or if you like those, you'll probably like this one. All right, so let's dive in. In a nutshell, romance kindles for Peyton and her closest friends during a holiday-themed reunion that Peyton's parents decide to host in their family-owned summer camp before they retire and sell it. The Hallmark movie was written by Anna White and directed by David I. Strasser. So if you want Christmas cheer in July with a family-friendly story, this one is for you. If you can't handle the over-the-top saccharine of Hallmark movies and how everything is always tied up with a pretty bow at the end, then you definitely won't like this one. So first, let me tell you the things that I liked. The cast includes Tori Anderson, Corbin Bleu, Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman, Caitlin Stryker, Matt Hamilton, Alex Santos, Iris Quinn, Fred Henderson, and a young cast that also plays the same characters, but when they were teenagers. Now, I only recognized a couple of these actors, so I'm always excited to be introduced to new faces in film. So you might recognize some or may not. There are a lot of flashbacks utilizing both of the casts fully, which I think is really sweet. And I like that. I like seeing two stories, but they're of the same people. Anyway, as an author of 31 books, I always enjoy movies that feature writers and publishers in the story, right? So I love seeing how other authors go through their writing process and what inspires them. There's a dance number, and it's pretty silly, but I was like, well, that's fun. The movie is clean and appropriate for family viewing for all ages, although I think young kids might be a little bit bored. Preteens might be interested because it's sort of that age, preteen and teen, when the younger cast is at their summer camp. So I was hoping that the dialogue and scenario would be more realistic, but it's not a terrible thing to say that the movie is too happy and too perfect, right? So that's where your expectations should be. If you just want it to be sugary sweet and family friendly and happy, then you'll be happy. You'll be satisfied with this. However, there were some things that I didn't like. The dialogue is very cheesy. Again, if you want cheesy dialogue, then you'll be satisfied. There are some cringe-worthy acting moments. Most of the characters are just too smiley all the time. One character goes from being really mad at another character to all of a sudden in the next scene, she is like totally fine. And I was like, that's not always how it is in real life. And so I think the reality is the movie doesn't really paint real life. Then again, what is so great about real life where people are angry and bitter all the time and carry grudges for years, So there is something to be said to live in this happy environment in this movie. The humor itself is just pretty silly, nothing really laugh out loud funny, although they attempt to be. There's not very much romantic chemistry among any of the couples that I thought. So that's unfortunate. The adults kind of act like a lot of giggly teens, especially the women. For example, one of the women says, "Oh, you kissed," and the other one says, "And it was a good one." Like that just seems like a teenager type of a conversation than two adult women talking about relationships. But again, it's just very sweet and pure and innocent. The movie itself felt very old fashioned. I think the movie would have been a big hit in the 1950s. Now, of course, it's set in modern day, but just the sensibilities and the humor and the sweetness seem very old fashioned. And again, there's nothing wrong with old fashioned. For sure. I get really tired of profanity and violence and blood and gore and all that stuff. I don't need all of that stuff. But this just, takes it to the extreme. So let me give you some tips for parent. There's a gay couple, they hug and they almost kiss. There are other couples who kiss. There's no profanity, as I mentioned. Yay. Jealousy is portrayed. And then there are friendly competitive games and behavior. So some of the themes that are illustrated very well are family, traditions, friendship, romance, memories, community, building a community, retirement, rivalry, first love, second chances, and reunion. And then, of course, the whole movie just is dripping with Christmas cheer. So, that's pretty fun too. Okay. And so the movie that I want to recommend is one that I instantly thought of as I was watching this because it's about summer camp and a bunch of teenagers. It's called Once I Was a Beehive. And it's very sweet. It's funny. It's kind of over the top cuteness. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. I can't remember if there's romance in there or not. It mostly focuses on the teenage girls and the things that they're going through. Anyway, very family friendly and sweet. All right, that's it for my review. I hope if you watch this movie that you enjoy it, that you gather your family and just have a really good time celebrating Christmas in July. Why not? Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.